Anyway, hey, are we filming? Are we on?
Yeah, we're on. We're on.
Welcome to episode 4.
Yep. Three.
Sorry, I forget the pilot exists and that confuses me.
3.
So episode 3 of finally Yappy Hour. What is it? We're gonna just
Yappy Hours.
Okay. Well, honestly,
Tell me.
what I wanted to just tell you is how long I packed, guys, for 4 hours earlier today, and it was like so we went through my closet. You've seen my closet.
Yeah.
It's like a shelf, hangers, and then I have a dresser in my closet with all extra clothes and like work clothes, and then I have a massive dresser in my room that has all my like everyday clothes in it. So we started in my closet and we tore down all of my sweaters. I went through all of my sweaters. Yeah, went through all my sweaters to see which ones I would bring, which ones I would leave. Annie sat on the bed, not just like I threw them at her, and she folded them and put them on the bed if I was taking them with me. Because she also brought these 2 huge bins that I just
that's the
put all my
perfect
stuff
way to
in.
pack. Yeah.
So we went through all my sweaters. Okay. But meanwhile, I'm a hoarder basically, so I can't keep anything. So Annie and I are fighting.
It's like sentimental
because
value.
She's like, you don't need that.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you're more like that than Annie is, because she's already like that.
I'm like that with like things that I'm like, but I have a bunch of ticket stubs from when I went to Italy.
Yeah.
From like the museums.
Oh, that's fair.
Because they're beautiful for ticket stubs. They have like little mini like paintings.
That's adorable. Yeah.
And I have all these.
I keep shit like that.
And she's like, really? And I said, yes, really.
Yes, really.
I'm not getting rid of a single thing. Anyway, so we go through all my sweaters. We do that. And then I open all my drawers and dig through all of my shit. Keep in mind, we're doing like, also there's like garbage and like old stuff and just like stuff I don't need, empty boxes, like just crap that I just haven't gotten rid of.
She's just a girl, guys.
I'm trying to section it so it makes sense. So we have bags of donated clothes, garbage, and then I have pile of clothes on bed that Annie's folding to possibly pack. Then we finish my closet. Then we have to turn and pivot and look at my dresser. I go through all my dresser.
You have a big dresser too.
It's a huge dresser too, and it's all chaos. Nothing is folded. It's insane. Nothing is folded. Oh, sorry, y'all. And then also, so that I go through all my shirts. She folds some. I take some. I put some in the donation. 5 bags of donation for clothes. Yeah. But it's weird. After seeing all the stuff like I actually wear regularly, like laid out on my bed and folded, like I don't wear a lot of clothes. It's not that much stuff. Yeah. Well, that's usually how it is, because you usually keep stuff because you're like, oh, well, I could do something with this. Exactly. And then you don't, and then you're like, oh, damn. And then also, like, I was like, that took so much energy out of me. It wiped me the fuck out. I was so tired when I was dropping her off and driving her. I'm like, I could nap. Yeah. Oh, for sure. That, like, well, organizing and, like, getting things together is a lot of... I feel like for me, when I'm, like, doing stuff like that, I can't stop once I've started. Oh, for sure. Well, because of the momentum. Yeah. You have to That's why the fuck in. They say when you start cleaning your room at, like, 1 or 2 in the morning, you're up to, like, 5 a.m. cleaning your room. I know about that. You get that motivation to rearrange your room at 1 a.m. Classic ADHD things. Holy crap. But, yeah, that was what my little day was. I worked, and then I went home for... not even an hour, and then went to get her, and then we dug in my room for 4 hours. Damn. But basically all I have to pack now is like my lamps and my little like knick-knack stuff, like my books and shit. And that's good. Because everything else is already packed in there. Oh, that's perfect. Because I have furniture there and stuff, so like... You're going, what day are you going out? Thursday? Friday. A Friday. Okay, that's good. Because I work tomorrow, and then I'm not going there tomorrow. I could be like really bashful ambitious and go tomorrow. Yeah. But I think I just don't want to. That's what I think. Speak your truth, Queen. I think I'm just not feeling it. I don't want to. I want to just be lazy for a little bit. Yeah. Well, you've been on your grind. You've been on your hashtag. I feel like we both have. That's why we've been so out of it lately. We're both okay, guys, they don't talk about how being productive is the most tiring thing of your life. I was talking to Annie about this while I was dropping her off before I came here. So I was like, I think maybe that's why I can't sleep at night, because when I'm off, I'm just so like lazy, like I do nothing all day. Yeah. And then at night I'm like wired and awake. Ready to do shit, and then want to do stuff. Yeah. But it's like when you are productive throughout the day, you don't want to do as much stuff at night. You want to go to bed. Oh, for sure. Which is classic. Normal human behavior. It's crazy. That's what morning people have been on this whole time. That's what like normal functioning people do. Literally never just like over here like that's wild behavior to me. Crazy. But I don't know. That's what I did today. It's very scary. It's a lot. Yeah. Like I'm so like I'm not scared is not the right word. And nervous isn't the right word. It's just like I'm so like yeah. Well, it's the buildup of everything. Yeah. You're like
looking forward to it, but also like, oh my god, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's
And like just totally, I know it's so, people probably hear this like, oh, that's not that daring, like roll your eyes about being on your own for the first time, but it is nerve-wracking.
But especially when you've lived in like the same town forever and ever
24 years of your life.
And it's also different if you like are in a small town, which is like where we've been.
I just like, now I'm not very good with change anyway, and I feel like slightest small change.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm getting a new job. No, I know literally nobody, and I'm just moving and figuring it out.
It's a whole new place is on your own, which you haven't been.
New world. About it, or hey.
Well, the soundtrack to that song is the best soundtrack
Exactly,
ever.
to Aladdin.
That Aladdin and Hercules are like the best.
Hercules. Fucking belt it, bitch.
Ugh, dang it, Queen. Hop it.
Who's your favorite Disney princess? Do you have one?
Do I have one? I feel like I do have one.
See, this was a conversation today, and I couldn't think of one after that.
Well, it depends, because Mulan isn't a princess. So
She's a bad bitch.
Really count. She's a bad bitch.
That's what she is.
If she classifies as a princess, it's definitely her, because come on, she was getting bitches.
She's that girl.
She was hunting hoes down. She had a great sense of
She'll
humor.
make a man out of you.
In more ways than one, honey.
And her husband's hot.
And her husband's really scrumptious. I'll give her that. But if she doesn't count as a princess, then definitely Jasmine.
Right?
She's
See, I said the same thing. I said Jasmine, or I really liked Merida from Brave.
Oh, yeah,
because I liked that she had the whole badass thing about her too.
And she didn't play; she gets down, and she did it all with curly hair. And I was like, speak to him, Queen.
I liked her, and I was like, does Nala from The Lion King classify as a princess?
Yes, she's got it, because that's a bad bitch right there.
Love her.
Yeah, bitch.
Like, I was like, love that.
Dude, I used to religiously watch Lion King.
And you could like play on your TV with the TV remote. You like.
Can we bring that back? Can we bring that shit back? Because that had me lit. Oh.
Pajama Sam on like the computer desktop.
Yeah.
And like, I downloaded them because I wanted that nostalgia.
Classic. Yeah, I was just about to be like, this is classic nostalgia. Right?
I know. And I was like playing them because, as an adult, you like go through them so fast.
Oh, for sure. But when you were a child, you're like, I have the biggest mind.
Is my child.
Well, I mean, I always say, put me in a grade 4 classroom, I'd still smoke those tests.
Exactly. I want to do that one day, by the way.
Dude, those tests. Have you seen the like Sidemen or like all of those like different podcasts do it where they like do like a test against grade 4s? I want to do that shit so I can.
Speaking of people wanting to be on our podcast, we should prank someone to be on our podcast, but read things to us on camera.
Yes. Oh my god, totally.
So that we can do one of those things.
Yeah.
Because I want to do.
And they're not getting paid. So.
No, sorry. If you're our friend, you signed up for it without.
You're getting paid by being in our presence.
Literally.
Mooching off of our incredible friends.
Exactly. No, oh my god, this hair is annoying me. Excuse me. Just gonna.
Quick intermission.
No, I want to do like smarter than a 5th grader quiz.
Yes.
Because I'm dumber than
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Okay, because I can't even remember how to do long division now. So
I can't even.
Good luck.
What's 2 + 2? I couldn't tell
probably
you.
Like 6 or something.
I don't know. It's probably changed so much. No, do you remember? It was like Sylvan or something. We went to go get food. And we were staring at Sylvan, and Sylvan or something had like all those like mathematic equations on the windows.
Oh yeah, and we were both like, I remember that. That was so funny. We were sitting in the parking lot. It was like the math tutoring, one of those like math tutoring places.
Yeah.
Kind of like Kumon or something like that, but it wasn't Kumon. And on the window, they had like a bunch of like long equations and shit. And when I tell you, I wasn't even reading the equations right.
She was reading, and I said, "Bless you,
bless you."
Stop speaking the voodoo to me. I don't know what you're saying.
And they were like on the window. It was like math can be easy, and I was like, well, I'm already lost. So.
I said, this is why my destiny in life is to podcast.
On God, you don't need math for this shit, guys.
Later down the road, we're gonna find out we need math.
Dude, fuck, don't say that.
Sorry, I shouldn't put that into the universe. But no, how did we get here?
I don't know. I actually have zero clue.
Oh yeah, I wanted to do those quizzes. I also want to do. I have a bunch of things I want to do. I think we'll do them in episodes to come. But
for sure, we have lots of ideas. We've had ideas for like 10 years in the future. We have a 10-year plan.
We really do, honestly, at this point, because we've had to kind of make one up.
Yeah.
Because of like with moving. And going to
just because this year is like the culmination of everything.
This is the year we're really figuring it out, and I think this is going to be the year to test whether or not we can actually do this, because and how much dedication we have as well, because
and whether we can lock the fuck in.
For sure, we're still figuring it out very much.
We really are.
So
you guys are figuring it out with us.
Hell yeah, you are. Also, if you follow us on our socials, you'll see that it's been a back and forth game with posting stuff, because it's just like figuring out what looks good, how it looks good, and like
it's so hard to like nail things down. I feel like in the social media.
And I'm also learning. I haven't used an editing platform since I was in college, so like doing
Dude, editing is a
relearning
whole other
it
world out there.
is so hard, especially with TikTok now being such a big platform. I'm like, I have no idea, like...
And short form editing is a lot different. Yeah.
We all enjoy it. It's just trying to figure out, essentially, how to... Yeah, logistics.
Yeah.
How to, when to, what to post, like...
How frequently, what, like, does well and what doesn't
Yeah.
do well. Which, again, is just a lot of trial and error.
For
That's
sure.
the worst part about it.
It's a very interesting thing to try to learn. Because I feel like being kids that grew up on the internet and on YouTube, like, watching just everybody...
Yeah.
And, like, Tumblr and all of those things. The Bird app.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. You think it looks... Not that it's hard by any means, but you think, like, understanding that anyway is easy.
Like, you think you understand what goes into it, and then you actually do it, and you're like, oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah, like there's so much more kind of about figuring out stuff that I just didn't even, like...
Oh, for sure.
Kind of...
Oh, faux show.
Kind of anticipate as being not difficult. I don't want to make it sound like...
Not difficult in the sense of,
just
like...
confusing for me.
Yeah, not difficult in the sense of, like, physically difficult, like,
Yeah.
physically taxing necessarily, but difficult just in the sense of, like, trying to, like, find the answers yourself, necessarily, yeah.
I just had a thought cross my mind. What was I going to say? Shoot. Well, the one thing I also actually wanted to bring up, because I was trying to talk to you about it while we were setting up, but I was like, I'll just shut my mouth and save it for...
The pod.
The potty poo-poo. This is the potty poo-poo, guys. This is what I'm calling this now. The potty poo-poo.
I do not support this.
I support it.
We're not trademarking that.
When we get popular, I'm gonna commemorate it with T-shirts that say potty poo-poo.
Nope, not happening.
It
is not passing. Management.
Management is you and me.
Yeah, I know, but it's not passing.
1 against 1.
Yes.
1v1.
Veto.
I have to box it off.
Okay.
What?
Box it out. Box it off. Yeah, we are.
Hey, yo, dude.
Whoa, don't talk about my box.
I was literally thinking about Smashbox, the fucking video. Anywho senses. What I wanted to just say is today's May 1st.
Okay.
And people online are speculating that the author of A Court of Thorns and Roses is going to post something in regards to the newest book for that series on May 1st. And I said, now where did y'all get this information
You said,
from?
if I didn't know, then how's that true?
Yeah, if I didn't know first, then how is that true? Like, because I don't see that anywhere. I just see it all throughout the discourse on TikTok, and I'm like, where did you guys spawn this? Like, why are you just spreading this?
Why are you spreading propaganda, you harlot?
Yeah, stop spreading propaganda. You're not that popular. Also, this is hurting me because I would like information on the new book.
Don't tease her.
Don't get me excited.
Yeah. Wait, what did they say they think she's gonna say?
Just like some
about
news period about it, like exciting news.
Whoa.
Like a title of the book or something.
Oh.
As if that's gonna satisfy a need.
As if that's gonna do anything. Unless it's the fully finished book, I don't want to hear it.
Unless she says, here's the book with a link to the document of the entire book, I don't care.
Here's the entire manuscript, feel free to read it.
Well, because when that book comes out, dude, the entirety of the world
Oh, really?
is gonna, the
Crumble.
flat earthers and everybody are gonna be flipped on their heads because the entire earth is gonna rotate.
Who knew one book could affect our universe like this?
I'm telling you. Because the way that the fandom of Avatar is like at neck and neck with each other over just shit that's nonsensical and crazy. One book is gonna solve world hunger and fucking World War 75.
Well, guys, you heard it here first.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
This book is the answer to all your problems.
Literally, apparently
that's getting a divorce.
That's what the people
cares?
online are saying, and I said we all need to like take a Xanny bar. I hate that. That's the thing we forget about social media. How like shit gets twisted so
quickly. Well, yeah, because one person says something, and everybody else who lacks media literacy is like, "That's true." It's true. I heard it over here, so it's true. And then everybody says it, and now everybody thinks it's true.
That's why I feel like TikTok is so dangerous, because like I feel like specifically that app and like the Bird app, it's like so quickly like believed.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why though.
I don't know. I think it's just because people on TikTok and Twitter specifically are pulled into the like clickbaitness of all the information on there, and because of that they tend to lack the ability to like read between the lines. Yeah. So everything that goes on those two platforms, everybody there just kind of takes it as the gospel.
Yeah. Also just like I feel like the amount of people that consume the shit that's on there.
Yeah.
At once, like you post something for like 5 minutes and already like 100 people have seen it.
Yeah, well, because everybody's always on there, and there's like millions and billions of people.
So you can really say anything like the sky was purple today, and they'll be like, "Damn, the sky was
like,
purple today."
Oh God, and you'll be like, "Yeah, only in Oklahoma though." And
yeah.
Like, fair enough.
Fair enough. Sounds like something Oklahoma would do.
Oh my God. Average Oklahoma day.
That makes me nervous. That's the only thing that makes me nervous about this is like one thing can spread like
wildfire.
Fucking wildfire on.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like it's also true for any, like it could happen to you in any like line of career. You know
that's
what I mean?
fair. I feel like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. I just think when your entire career is social media, it can be totally detrimental.
Oh, for sure. Sorry, why is my posture on 0 right now? I was like the fucking little shrimp.
I feel like sometimes I look at myself in the playback, like when you're editing or you send me clips, I'm like, damn, why do I look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
No, bro.
Like I'm sitting here like.
Sorry, guys. Like, don't take notes from me on posture. I have good posture most of the time.
You do. We both do. I think it's just sitting like here. It's like we're trying to. Oh my god! You're like literally. We're not meeting the Pope, bitch. Damn.
You don't know that? Maybe the Pope fucks with our podcast.
That'd be crazy, honestly. If the Pope fucked with our podcast, we can't ask Queen Elizabeth to anymore.
Damn. Yes. When you're like already in a state of panic and then you have to do things and
things are just continuously not working out.
And nothing is. Speak on it.
And like I feel like in those moments, if one thing were to just work out, like if you could tie your shoelace fast, it'd be like okay.
You'd be like, it's okay,
we're
guys.
on the right track.
But unfortunately, I can't even tie my shoelaces. So
yeah, so therefore the world is ending.
Yeah, no. Today I spilled an entire jug of water all over the counter, and I was like, what if I literally burned down the house with this right now? Like this is not what I needed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, I think it's just because I'm in a state of like trying to figure things out and like what's happening and like, you know.
Yeah, I actually very much do know.
While also still having to do like everyday life, because like chores still need to happen, like fucking whatever.
I saw a thing that was, I don't remember who it was talking or what they were necessarily talking about, but she was just saying how like you're always, I can't remember the exact quote, but like you're always tired because you never let your body rest because when you're supposed to be resting, you're thinking about all the shit you have to do.
Yeah.
So then when you're quote unquote resting, it's not actually resting. So then you're always tired.
Yeah, I'm so guilty for that, bro. I could be sleeping and I'm still like, oh my god.
Because
the world.
I feel like also like you might not even have all this quote unquote shit to do. It's just like
it just feels
impending
like
doom or like shit.
Yeah. I think it's like also when you don't have like a lot of answers to your problems or any answers to your problems, you're just like, oh my god, everything is falling to pieces.
Exactly. Well, I also find that with myself, I tend to create problems.
I think I catastrophize.
Exactly.
Where I'm like, it could be maybe not that serious. Like, it's still a problem, but maybe not quite that serious. But in my head, I'm like, if this doesn't work out, this isn't going to work out. And if that doesn't work out, that's not going to work out. And then I'm going to die. And then I'm going to be dead. And then it's like, you know what I mean?
Or like I catastrophize very much so. Or I like, I guess cause problems to almost make a chaos in something that's so neutral.
Yeah. Like, where you have to like build something up in the situation so you have a reason for the situation being bad. Almost.
Like if things are too chill, I gotta cause myself to be anxious.
Cause some problems. I got
start smoking cigarettes again or something just to make something go wrong.
I'm like, do I need to take up intravenous drugs right now because things are way too chill?
Yeah, like today at work, I was feeling calm about moving. So I like overate some gluten stuff just to make my stomach hurt. So I felt
Speak on it, clean. I need to feel something. Yeah, I don't know. It's really easy to get into that. I think also, especially if your life, like for a lot of like your childhood and stuff, things tended to be like tumultuous all the time. You like get older and you like kind of have more control over your life, and you're like, well, things have to be always stressed and tumultuous, always
for it to be normal.
Exactly. Dude, we really just bring the therapy to the pod every single day.
Whenever we don't have a solid written out script for the podcast,
like,
we literally
how do you feel?
Turn into.
Tell me now.
You touched me and my leg tingled, and it was a wild thing.
I have the touch of Jesus. Can we talk about how men are stupid?
Yes, we can.
Like, also, can we bring back slut shaming for men? Because why are you being a harlot out in the streets?
Yeah. And treating women like they're worth nothing at all.
Act right. How the fuck do you expect to get wifed up acting like this?
Men out there.
Yeah,
because I've come to the realization, and the reason I obsess over fantasy books, because all the men there are written by women and they're fabulous. The men that I meet in real life are never gonna compete with that. So how am I supposed to ever be happy with a man? I don't know.
I believe that Jeanette in post is a different person.
You're more aware of.
Yeah. In post, I'm like, oh my god.
This is gonna be so trippy watching this back.
Okay. Sometimes I talk we talk directly to Jeanette in post in the camera. I'll be like, how do they know my name? Who? I have to pause it and be like, is there cameras in here? There's a camera there. And
he's so fine. That's crazy.
Isn't he like? I don't know how he looks like that all the time.
Oh my god. Anyway, Jimin.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy though that
The
they
fact
really
that
went.
I have not seen him in ages.
I don't even want to get into it.
I thought he loved me, but
they've been in the military for not even that long. All of them, anyway. Like some of them have been in for a while, but not all of them. And Hybe is falling to pieces.
Falling to pieces. Yeah, I'd be falling to pieces too if they left me.
Also, dude, in the last week since everything happens with Hybe, like 4 or 5 of G-Friend's songs have started charting in Korea again.
Oh, for sure, I believe
and I was like, I feel so bad about it. I love G-Friend.
It's such a bad platform to come off of, but also get your bread.
That's exactly how I feel. I'm like so sad because like s01 does not deserve
to be
the
absolutely
the smacking around that they're getting on the internet for sure. I feel so bad about it. But on the other hand, I'm like, well, it's nice to see G-Friend again.
Get your bread up.
I feel like
another man's trash is another man's treasure. That's what I say.
It just sucks that it's women profiting off of another woman's like downfall.
Well,
but they're not doing anything, so I don't know.
It's not really there. They're not trying to, but it's gonna happen.
It's like almost like the social media of it is trying to make it happen.
Oh, for sure. Well, social media loves anything that's kind of questionable. So.
Yeah. I don't know. That's crazy. Min Hee-jin's probably going to jail.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully. Because that whole thing is crazy. I wanted to also actually ask you about this debate online, men versus bear.
Oh, yeah, I've been seeing that all over the place. Obviously, okay.
Men, the whole thing about speaking on men being stupid.
Yeah, the whole thing about it, though, in, like, asking a question like that, is, like, the answer is very obvious. Obviously, you'd want a bear, not a man. But men are very, like, reactionary people. So whenever they see a question like that, to them, it's a personal attack on, like, them specifically and their character specifically. And they can't wrap their mind around the fact that, like, because men have been so, like, just consistently horrible as a whole, not necessarily every single individual man is horrible, but as a whole, because of the way that they've been raised and the way society puts them on a pedestal, they've been so consistently shitty that the answer is so, like, easy to come to, and because of that, they're, like, personally insulted by it, so they, like, pop off, and then it doesn't really prove their point, because they're being a crazy bitch.
Well, that's why when people say, like, oh, it's not all men. No, of course it's not all men. But until you prove to me that you're not the man that's going to do X, Y, and Z, you're a part of the category, my friend.
Sure. And also, complacency is still being a part of it.
Yeah, there's this Daniel Sloss. He's a really good comedian. If you don't know who Daniel Sloss is, look him up. He's great. Most of his shows, they're comedic sets, but then he'll do a portion of the show at the end where he talks about a really serious subject and like breaks it down and like has a conversation about it. A conversation, I guess, is not true because it's a one-sided thing. He's talking to the audience, kind of giving a TED talk almost.
He does commentary.
Yeah, and almost in his one special, he talks about a situation that happened to a friend of his and discusses how men, regardless if they're doing it or not, are the problem because they're not helping to stop it and like having the conversations around it and instead of having the like upfront commentary of like, oh, I'll beat up a sexual assaulter. How are you going to take the steps to stop it from happening in the first place?
Yes. How are you going to make sure that people who do things like that don't feel comfortable in your presence?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's such a huge thing because so many like men in friend groups will be like, oh, well, I'm not like them or whatever. And I'm like, well, they wouldn't continue to feel comfortable around you if you weren't like them to some extent. Yeah. Or at least you weren't complacent in it.
Because I think there's a lot of situations where men don't realize that predatory behavior kind of comes out in them regardless of how much you're not like a certain thing.
Oh, for sure. Even, I think also just because men don't have to think about the world in the sense of like the men aren't walking around being like, oh my god, I hope this woman doesn't attack me on the street or whatever. Yeah. That's not even like crossing their mind. And because of that, the way they treat certain situations that might be like delicate is really just, it's usually just poorly done. Like they're usually, even if it's not really a situation where something is actively happening, they still will treat it in like a slightly off kind of weird way because they have no like agency to be like, oh, okay, maybe this is weird or maybe I shouldn't respond like this or maybe that's not the answer they're looking for. Yeah. Whereas women are always thinking about that, so it's always at the forefront of their minds, so they're less likely to act like that.
Yeah, I saw a thing a while back. I think I've already mentioned this to you, but it was a conversation about like racism and then like women, just like misogyny as well. And then how they have similar things in a sense of like of course, not every single person is racist. Not every single white person is racist. But until you prove to a person of color that you're not that white person that's going to be a racist, that's going to be... They're going to have that assumption about you because that is history. That is how history has been written. So that is kind of just how it's going to maybe play itself out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And you can never... I think also the thing that you have to keep in mind with people who are at a disadvantage like that, whether it's like a racial disadvantage or a gender disadvantage, they're like... I just like low-key forgot the thing that I was going to say.
It's okay.
Oh, right. They're gonna be always thinking about that because they're at like they're at that disadvantage, so they're always gonna be thinking about it in that sense. Whereas the person who doesn't have that disadvantage, it like doesn't really exist in their mind. So of course they're always gonna treat you like that. The person who's at the disadvantage is always gonna treat you as a threat until you've proven that you aren't. Yeah. Because everybody in that group is a threat.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Got it. I had another thing to say, but speaking of forgetting what
I
you're going
think
to
the
say.
two of us are the worst for forgetting our thought mid-sentence.
Well, we both got a major concussion.
Yeah, no. When I tell you, I can't remember shit. I will like start to tell a joke to Natalie and then be like, yeah, never mind.
I got mad today, and Annie thought I was getting mad at her, but I was getting mad because I couldn't get the words out that were formulating in my head.
Oh, the rage. Girl.
I don't want people to comment what could be wrong to me. No, I don't want to know.
I don't want your diagnosis.
I went to physio. They fixed it.
It's next time. They fixed it. All my problems are gone. I don't want to know.
Whatever. It's really gone. Anyway, I don't know. The whole bear versus man thing is
it's
an
also
interesting
just
debate to watch.
Such a convoluted thing to ask, though. Like, I feel like this is my thought on it. I get like from a commentary point of view of like what would you prefer to like prove a point. But also, I feel like as a society, we should have come to terms with the literally thousands of stories of men doing horrible things and women being victims to horrible crimes from men. We should have come to terms with the fact by now that men are dangerous. Yeah. And we wouldn't want to be stuck in the woods with them. We wouldn't want to be stuck in a locked room with them. We wouldn't want to be stuck on a lonely island with them.
I don't want to walk down the street by myself with a guy behind me.
I don't want to speak to men, honestly. Like, just stay over there.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, all the responses I saw to it were, like, men being like, what, a bear would literally kill you.
Yeah, it's like, well,
so would you.
Yeah,
so.
You're saying that, men are saying that in the sense of, like, okay, what's a man gonna do to you? And what's a man not gonna do to you? Yeah. And then add on to the fact that, like, bears are just, like, they're just wild fucking animals. Yeah. If they attack you, it's probably because they feel, like, threatened or you're too near their cubs or whatever the fuck. And you're also in their environment. So yeah, sure, maybe it will attack you. But most likely it probably won't. Bears are not really, like, gonna attack you out of nowhere. Yeah. Unless it's, like, a reactionary thing. Versus men who will just attack you for no fucking reason. I promise you, even just verbally, men will come for you for no fucking reason. Yeah. And, like, I don't know, like, it just felt like such an unnecessary question because I was like, I thought we all were, like, come to terms with this.
But clearly, like, I think it's just women that are all on terms with that.
Clearly. And even, like, the men who consider themselves good men are like, well, I don't get this. This is so stupid. Do you not know what a bear can do to you? I'm like, do you not know what men are doing to women? Literally every single day, all over the world.
Like, it's just, like, the power thing and, like, the whole...
Oh, for sure.
Just
and also the fact, And then also, I think men don't understand that men don't just target women. Like, men have been a problem to every minority. Men are a problem to other men. Yeah. Like, whenever we hear, like a little while ago, people were talking about the, like, mental health crisis in men. And I was like, sorry to say it, but men started that. Yeah. Like, they started those problems for themselves. Yeah. And they're the reason their friends don't want to come out and talk about their feelings. And they're the reason that men are, like, dealing with, like, really horrible, like, suicidal thoughts and mental health issues in the dark because they don't want to speak about it to other men because men do not treat it with any sort of delicacy.
Well, there's that pretty iconic, I think it's a TikTok sound where this kid is going off about how, well, men have the higher suicide rate, men have this, and it's just a woman claps back with, like, and who set that system up?
And who started that shit, and who keeps it going, and who refuses to let anything change? It's men.
I just think it's frustrating. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. See? Yeah. I got to say it before it goes away again. It was just about the fact that, like, how women, obviously there's intersectionality when it comes to how you're treated as a woman. If you're a woman of color, there's differences. If you're a white woman, obviously there's a privilege there. There's so power imbalances of things in everything that you do as a person. There's just the reality of it. That's how history and shit was written. However, there's one thing I feel like as a woman, whether take away the intersectionality portion of it, between you and I, we have similar existences as just being women.
Oh, for sure. Just straightly out of being women, ignoring anything else. And
that was the one thing I wanted to say, because I will stand on that. The one thing I feel like across the board, if you take away the bits and pieces,
take all the extra things
away, there's still a solid part of women to some degree
have
similar experiences,
have a solidarity among their
and I feel like you can't say that about any other sort of like
identity,
large like
for sure
across the board of all people.
And also I feel like it has created like a solidarity among women that you don't really see
because that's why I feel like that started the whole culture of like when women go to clubs and like they're in the bathroom and women are
we're like
men are certainly not like that.
Men don't know how to have fun, so no.
Because like women in bathrooms at clubs, like there's just like this thing like every woman is looking out. I hope every woman. I know I am.
And anytime a woman even takes the stance of like a misogynistic stance publicly, it's usually an attempt to gain the approval of men. So at the end of the day, men are the problem. This is my TED Talk.
And I'm just going to inseminate myself. But no, I just wanted to bring that up because I found it so interesting that it was a topic of debate. Like I was like, all women on this topic have been like...
I thought we had all come to terms with this like 20 years ago. Like men have been horrible throughout the ages. It's
interesting how much it takes for men to even slightly realize what they put women through history.
And I also think I think another aspect of it is the whole feminist movement and like all of these different movements to help women gain equality have really started to gain popularity more in like the past 10, 15 years. And because of that, and the fact that women are more able to be more vocal about it now versus they were like 50 years ago, 100 years ago, whatever, has made men get on this stance of like, oh, well, it's just a modern women thing that they're all just hopping on this train and want to like bash men. But I promise you, if Victorian women were able to speak out about the way that men treated them, they would have been on the same stance. If women in ancient Greece were able to talk about it, they would have had the same stance because it's the same shit repeated like over and over. And the only reason it's so in your face and prevalent now is because women have the autonomy to speak about it. And so now men are like, oh, well, that's all you guys talk about.
Modern thinking woman.
And it's like this whole like, modern women just want to like do their own thing and be gay and whatever. And you're like, and it's
doing
like,
gay stuff, being gay,
literally
loving each other,
like communes and shit. But like
not loving men.
But like literally it's only like that because we're in this day and age of social media and the age where everybody to an extent is able to kind of speak on what they believe. And men are only seeing it so much now and they have to see it and they have to hear it because it's everywhere. And so now they've taken this mindset of like, oh, well, you guys are just saying this now. Now everybody's been assaulted and now everybody this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, it's the same. It's the same thing of like older people being like, well, everybody's gay now. It's not that everybody's gay now or everybody's having problems with men now. It's that only now are they able to talk about it.
That there's a lot of, but the one comment of like, well, now everybody's starting to be gay. Like it's more like everybody is, like you just said. That drives me bonkers.
It actually enrages
because the amount of people that in history were most definitely and confirmed to be gay. But just couldn't be open about it is a wild thing to me because I'm like, it's so obvious that there are gay people in history, and you're telling me that this is a modern day thing. And no, it's just that we can talk about it now and not be kicked the shit out of sometimes.
And also sometimes. No, you're so right. And also it's like we always talk about whoever has the like dominant power over the writing of history will obviously erase the parts of the minority's history that they don't feel is palatable or whatever. So of course you're not gonna know these stories. Like of course you're not gonna know what women went through. Of course you're not gonna know who had a gay lover. Like you're not gonna know that because the people who were dominant around recording history didn't want that to be known. Like so of course they're gonna say, oh, they were roommates. And like that's literally, and that's such a funny meme, but it's also so true. Of course they're gonna be like, oh, they were just friends, because they don't want people to know that.
Well, that's like when they talk about, I don't have a specific example, like certain historic figures, and they say like they didn't do X, Y, and Z because they didn't like, or they were really angry and acted out this way. I'm like, well, they were obviously struggling
they were
with being
obviously
some type
struggling
of
with this
way.
mental health issue, or they obviously were going through this
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Like, I know I could tell you if I rewatched something or reread something. Like, I've definitely had that thought before when I've watched or watched a documentary or read a book of like, oh, he's definitely like closeted gay. Or, like, something
and I feel
like that.
and you're able to see it because you're like, I've seen these things firsthand, and I've experienced people who've gone through these things firsthand, and anybody who's not part of that or isn't aware of that is just like, oh, they were just friends.
Yeah, but like, because obviously there was not even a glimmer of that being even a thing at all back in the day or in history, they just didn't consider that. They just considered it being.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, okay, well, they're weird.
I don't even know where to go from there.
I think we just spoke our truth, and now I don't even know what to say anymore. But yeah, I don't even know. That's the whole, the whole commentary around.
Well, that's why, like,
versus man, not bear versus man, bear or man.
Women or people of color, it all sometimes.
Everything is. We say it. If we said it once, we said it 1,000 times. Intersectionality.
Yeah, exactly. But also, speaking on things we said 1,000 times.
What?
We talked about this before, about how fantasy books sometimes mirror life. We talked about this in the pod before.
Yeah, we talked about this.
That's why shit like that gets me so upset, because we talk about the crap that happens every day to people all the time. You and me talk about, like, just like, did you know that this happened?
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how people get treated that way?
And we're very aware of, like, what's going on.
So I think that's why when I read books like A Quarantine
Bro, not again. If we tallied how many times that title has been mentioned in our podcast.
I have a tat on my skin. That's when I get so pissed off when I read shit in that book that they talk about how horrible the women are treated and then don't ever touch it again.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, anyway, so.
And it's like, people are like, it's a fantasy book. I'm like, bitch, I know.
I'm like, yeah.
But I live in a fantasy every day and people are still mean to me. So that makes no fucking sense.
On God, bro.
So anyway, that's my little tidbit about that. I will talk about that series till the next book comes out.
So.
And that'll be never.
Yeah,
so I will always talk about it.
Till the end of eternity, we will talk about Avatar. Damn, girl. It's giving her gray hairs.
It is giving me gray hairs. Because I just need to know what goes on. Also, still haven't finished Iron Flame, if anybody cared.
Bro, the way that's been going on for how many weeks now? Guys, it'll be finished one day. But also, why are you in her business? Also, this is completely off topic, but I'm excited for the summer. Like, the actual summer.
I really am. Today made me feel super excited for the summer.
Like, being outside, I was like, oh, guys, I needed this. The sun rays on my skin, I'm not depressed anymore. What?
You know what else I'm excited for?
What?
Anime North.
Oh my god, yeah,
we're going to Anime North. We're going to Anime North in a few weeks. And we're cosplaying with a couple of our friends. It's going to be really great.
We're not going to tell you who we're going to be right now.
No,
though.
I'm going to try to vlog it. I'm really excited.
There's going to be hella TikToks.
Yes.
Hella, because I actually have a folder that I've started. TikToks that I
a notes app thing of like what I want to do. It's
ideas. We're going to take hella pictures. Remember, hella pictures.
I'm only
cool pictures too.
Like all my friends are. Like you're doing a couple.
I'm doing 2.
Our friends are doing. Or I think I'm the only one doing 1.
I think everybody's. Wait. Yeah, I think everybody's doing 2.
Yeah, I'm doing
3
1
is crazy. I could literally never do it.
I think I'm doing 1 because I just don't have the funds. But it's also a fun.
But her
easy.
one that she's doing is like.
Yeah, it's a fun little easygoing cosplay, and it's who I love dearly with my whole heart. So,
yeah,
you're only gonna get to find out about it when we actually post the pics and our vlogs and stuff. So
it's about to go crazy. Actually, like this is something that was made for social media. I'm so freaking excited.
I'm so hype about it.
It's gonna be so fun, and I can't wait to spend hella money. And I hope I meet sexy people while I'm there.
Well, because that's the thing is everybody's on their best, like everybody's being their full selves.
Because exactly. Because
Anime North, you can't get more true to yourself than weeb culture.
It's true. It's true. You can't get smell your head.
It's been so long since I went. I went when I was 14. I'm now 24. It's been 10 years since I last went. So it's
that's crazy.
It's pretty exciting. I'm really excited.
That's so cute. But yeah, it's gonna be a hoot and a frickin' holler, bro.
Yeah. So if anybody sees this and you're going, come say hi to us.
On God, actually, dude,
I would love it.
I would die. I will actually pass. Now you will have to catch me.
Act natural.
Quick, be normal.
No, please, actually, if you see this video and you are going to Anime North, come say hi to us. My stomach, did you hear that shit?
That was your stomach?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought that was like a car going by.
My stomach freaks out when I eat anything that's not like
Organic.
Buy a piece of broccoli, a carrot.
Bro, that's so valid.
IBS or gluten allergies are crazy.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I don't know why.
It's a curse from heaven.
There's a bottle of champagne sitting over there, and I'm like,
should we get lit?
Let's do it. Did you hear a bang bang?
Yeah, it's my mom shooting up the town.
Oh shit.
Fuck, not again. She got her Glock out. Damn it.
Annie today said she would do a drive-by, and I went,
oh, see? Drive-by? Yeah, well, that champagne is for our friend's birthday's coming up. Like,
yes, it is.
Like a week.
Oh my god.
Damn, dude, the time keeps going by so fast. I'm not ready for all this shit. When I tell you this month has been one of the busiest months of this year, yeah. I'm not even joking. If this is a tell for how the rest of the year is gonna go, I'm gonna be toast by the end of the year. We're gonna do our December wrap up at the end of this year here with you guys, and we're both just gonna be like,
let's hope that by that time you live with me.
Yeah,
that is literally what
that was all you were trying to say. Damn.
She's supposed to move in with me at some point in the future. But we have to figure it out.
Yeah,
anyway.
Guys, don't get us started on the figuring things out thing. Like, come on now.
I like how most of this is going to be us being like, hello.
Hello? Are you there?
Are you there, God? It's me, Fiona. It's me, Fiona. This is tired us.
This is what exhausted Natalie and Jeanette looks like. So
we're doing
also
our best,
but also the reason we're so exhausted is because our job has been HE double hockey sticks. If you've ever worked in customer service, not gonna name drop any places, I would never. But if you've ever worked in customer service, you know that every single second is like being through an episode of Survivor, and everybody has turned their back on you, and you can't find the idol, and they're trying to drown you in the ocean.
And you're about to get kicked off the island.
Mm-hmm. And also, you're sweating.
Yep.
And yeah, that is my.
And you're getting rashes in places you shouldn't get rashes.
And
you're getting angry at some bystander. Like it's a wild experience.
It's rough. You're somehow hot and cold all at the same time. I think I went into shock a couple times. Really takes a lot out of you.
It does.
Moral of the story is don't work customer service.
Yeah, but I feel like every job in
everybody works customer service. I swear to God, like if you work minimum wage to any extent, it's customer service, honey.
Yep.
You just can't get away from it. Also, I hate that, like, why can't we just, like, give them the shit that they need and then tell them to get out? Like, why do I have to do the whole song and dance? Why do I have to skip
literal
my
song and dance? I end up singing, like, let's do the hand jive to these people.
I'm like, why do I have to do the worm on the top of the counter for them? Or else the customer's going to be like, I hate you, I'm calling HR. Okay? Like, also, my other beef with customer service is me, personally. When, like, for example,
go ahead.
Anyways, like, for example, when we go get food, we're just like, oh, hi, whatever. We don't even really small talk with people at, like, restaurants.
That's true.
You're still here with us.
Right.
We don't really, like, we do talk. That's not to say we're antisocial or anything, but we're not really, like, small talkers when it comes to things like that. We're like, oh, hi, how are you? This is what I'm getting. Thank you, bye.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why the...
Just ignore me. I'm here. I'm chilling.
So I'm like, why does every other customer on planet Earth feel like they need me to worship them and lick their toes for them to have a good experience? like just say hi, get your stuff, and get out of my face.
I know.
Even when I've had problems, which isn't very often, but even when I've had problems at like say I get food and it's not really the right thing, I literally don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care. Unless it's like a high level restaurant, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I can't really be the one complaining.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I could never be me. I don't know if it's like I'm just I want everyone to be comfortable, and I have like psychological problems.
People pleaser mentality a little bit, maybe. But we're both like that. I can't even be the one to say that because we're both like that.
But I also just don't have the energy, bro.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, just imagine being like, excuse me, this fucking sucks. Like.
If that's you, that's fine.
Yeah,
it just could never be me.
Could never be me, bro.
Honestly, you're probably better off that way. You're getting what you paid for.
Yeah, you're actually getting your money's worth. Personally, I'd rather waste my money than have any conversations like that. It makes me want to die. Also, can we talk about how Natalie's made a huge change and she's not holding her microphone?
I decided to go against my usual norm and not hold my mic. But it's just because I realized it might be also fucking with the audio potential.
Yeah, round of applause. Bro, that's like echoing into my eardrum.
that is.
Oh, that's so loud. That's gonna sound so funky. Guys, I just want to like jump off the cliff or something.
Do you want to get ice cream after?
Yeah, let's go get ice cream.
Okay. Oh my God. Are we done filming? Why do I feel so tired?
I'm so like I could just take a nap right now.
Oh my God. Okay, wait.
Okay.
We'll just finish up and then
we'll just wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Let's get down. Wrap it up. We're also gonna go film TikToks after this. Wait, let's talk about Anderson .Paak real quick.
I love him.
I love him. Marry me right now. I know you have a wife. Let's get
They're
married.
getting divorced.
Oh, perfect. Let's get married. But yeah, he's a producer. He plays like every instrument. I swear to God, bro. I literally at one point I thought he only played the piano and the guitar, and then I saw him playing like the fucking trumpet or something, and then he plays the drums, and then anyways, moral of the story is
what's the band he's in with Bruno Mars?
Silk Sonic. Beautiful.
He plays the drums in Silk Sonic.
Yeah, he does.
A lot of the time.
He is the god of that band. Oh, I love him. Also, did you know Bruno Mars has $200 million in gambling debt in Las Vegas?
That's so upsetting.
Yeah, I'm really sad about that. Also, okay, have you seen how, like, so you know how gambling apps have become legal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was actually talking about this to Kyla. That's what I was talking about. We were talking about how gambling has become, like, such a big thing now that it's become legal, and so many young people are getting pulled into, like, severe gambling addictions.
Yeah.
And it's being promoted by so many celebrities. Like, even Drake gambles like a motherfucker, bro. Like,
which is unfortunate because he can afford to lose money.
Like, he can afford to lose $200 million. That man has a net worth of literally...
Okay, I never understood it because I've gambled before. Like, I went to the casino with my
mother.
I
went one time. It was the most boring thing in my life. And I literally was like,
that's what I mean.
Point?
I don't understand it, but
I
I
made
understand.
$5, though.
I didn't make any money. I just got
me any good, though.
booty cheek wasted.
Yeah, bro, I was there. Okay, yeah, I was kind of there for the alcohol, but
yeah.
But the thing is, I don't get the appeal, but I also understand why if someone was going there consistently, I can get how they would become addicted to it. But the difference though is with these gambling apps and where like people can put parlays on different games and they're sponsored by the NBA and like all this stuff, it becomes so much more accessible to people, like people who might not actually go to a casino, because to be fair, casinos are populated by older people by the most part.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, my older aunts and uncles go there, like, in their 50s, 60s, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But with all these gambling apps and everything, it's making so much money for these, like, platforms,
corporations,
right? And corporations, and sponsored by so many, like, considered, like, high-level people, like,
influencer
like,
people.
all that kind of thing. And now young people who are like in their 20s who can't afford to lose money and shouldn't be developing addictions like this are like just able to gamble at any second, and it's wild to me. And it's like literally today, the reason I thought of this was because today I was on TikTok and I saw 2 ads for the same gambling app.
Yeah.
And then I was on YouTube trying to watch a YouTube video, and the first ad that came on was
a gambling app. I've been seeing a lot too.
And I was like, bro, like, there's no way. And it's like the same kind of thing as when like vapes and stuff started to become like promoted a lot.
Yeah.
Like you'd always see ads for Elf bars, and it was obviously targeting younger people. And I was like, why are we trying to ruin the younger generation?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Well, it's because I think when people want to make money, they'll do it by any means.
Yeah. No,
so even if that means tarnishing good like good young minds, they're gonna do that.
For sure. And it's
totally
like,
doing something like taking advantage of the poor and shit like that.
And it's like, of course, those are the people who are gonna get into it because you sell it as this golden dream. And I think
because you make it seem like you will always win with gambling. You won't.
You won't.
You'll end up being $500 deep before you win $1.
But like, it was just insane to me because I was like, why? I think if you weren't raised with some kind of like media and financial literacy, it's so easy to fall into that stuff.
Yeah, it is, because you think it's just a fun and games, and then you're fucking $600 in debt.
And now you can't pay your rent, and now you're living in your car.
Yeah.
And like, it's just, I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that, but it was just like,
no, it is crazy though.
Insane to me that we're going out of our way to ruin the youngest generation that we have to get us going. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the world is going to pieces, and the only people who are going to be able to like go to get an education and maybe fix it are being destroyed.
Brainwashed. This is when we turn into the Men in Black, and we all have to save each other and ask the aliens for help because we've already fucked ourselves over. And I'm Will Smith.
Yeah. Yep, she is. And you guys know, if the aliens come, send us as representatives. We got this shit. Hit me up.
Little do we know they all look like some godly man.
Okay, what are we doing real talk if aliens actually don't look like little green men and they're like 7 foot tall?
Hot men?
Hot men.
I'm sorry, but there's no way on this god green earth that we are the only things in the galaxy. There's no way.
You're of the same belief. Yeah. I've always thought that too, because people are like, what?
Sorry, but both beliefs are equally as scary. Being the only thing in the galaxy and being not the only thing in the galaxy.
Either we're the only ones who have survived and we're probably going to die and get extinct at some point. And
by gambling and ourselves.
By gambling and elf bars. Or there's like literally hundreds of other civilizations out there who are more advanced
and
than
I'm sorry, but personally that makes much more sense.
Yeah, I don't see how... Okay, but they say there's like literally millions of galaxies with millions of planets and millions of solar systems.
But no, I think it would be crazy to meet an alien and it be like Thor.
Yeah, can you imagine? It's just like all of those stories that we've like gathered.
Fantasy books are actually written about other galaxies by people who have the ability to see other galaxies.
Or they like have the ability to jump to dies. Okay, but imagine.
I can't because I'll find my way to get there if that's how it is.
If that's how it is, I'm doing crazy things, guys.
Yeah, no, it's wild to think about that we're not the only things in existence.
Sorry.
You look so cute, your little feet. Your little feet.
My little feet.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Me and her are wrecked. We're so tired.
You can tell by the fact that we haven't made any real comments. We've just said words.
We've been talking. We've truly been yapping. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Please leave comments. Please like the video. Another one next Sunday. Probably will be more structured than this.
Yeah. We just haven't had a lot of time lately, but we're still like talking about shit.
We still want to chat with you. We still want to do this. So keep up to date with it. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye.